Okay, so we are following along on your first game in Unreal Engine. It's a tutorial on the Epic Games website. You should be able to find this if you just kind of Google this. So let's come up here, let's Google, and this should be the same page. Yes, it is. And I'm actually on a Windows 10 PC, so that's what system I'm using. And let's just get into this. So there's quite a number of comments on this tutorial. If you look at the most recent, some of them are saying that this tutorial is a bit of a challenge, so I kind of wanted to walk through this since it is a challenge, but hopefully you'll be able to get through the entire tutorial. Um, and I'm going to be working off of, I think it's 5.32, and I think this is just the base 5.0 engine. But yeah, let's get started.
Hi, my name is Andreas, and in this video I will show you how to start creating a small game from scratch in Unreal Engine 5. We will use some of the latest features but also established workflows from previous versions. We will build a small top-down game and import static meshes, textures, building materials, importing skeletal meshes and animations, and build a small interactive system and do a little bit of polish at the end. So let's start by creating a new project. When you open Unreal Engine 5, it presents you with the new templates you can start with. So they contain new mannequin, Manny and Quinn. But in our case, we will start with a blank project and just call that first game.
All right, so let's create our first game. So I'm working off of my drive. Oh, and I like to use Visual Studio Code and just take notes. So from time to time, you'll see this popping up with just some notes.
Everything we are building here, I do in real time. And when I speed up,
Let's rewind that a bit and let's create. So we're going to come to games blank, and let's go back to the tutorial. Let's see what their stats are. So we've got blank, C++ desktop, no, sorry, Blueprint desktop. None of these are checked. And it's in this folder, so let's create this. Awesome. And let's keep going.
contain new mannequin, Manny and Quinn. But in our case, we will start with a blank project and just call that first game. Everything we are building here, I do in real time. And when I speed up time, I will tell you. Sure, it's recorded in pieces to create a better flow.
So we can see that the editor is 5.0.0, and I am working off of the 5.2 editor.
You can follow.
5.3,
I'm
sorry.
using the assets from a StackoBot sample project you can download from the marketplace. So here we are, and when you have the project open the first time, you can see.
So already it looks like we've got a different map. Yep.
See this new map here, which is already set to word partition and has a pretty nice real-time lighting setup. But in our case, let's start a new map, and we don't use the existing ones, but we just do a completely empty level.
So we're going to create a new level. Let me close some of this other stuff. I think, yeah, actually, okay. Okay, so let's go to, nope. Where's our engine? Oh, where'd our engine go? There it goes. All right, so new level. Is that it? No.
And has a pretty nice real-time lighting setup. But in our case, let's start
New level here. And it's going to be an empty level, I believe.
a new map, and we don't use the existing ones, but we just do a completely empty level. Before we start, let's go
So let's create that new level, empty. Looks good.
through the new UI. Here's a viewport with our scene, and here's the outliner listing all things of our scene. Below are the details of what we have selected. Up here are different modes like select, landscape, and foliage that we can use later. This is the create menu with all kinds of actors we can place, and the green button starts your game. The view modes and show flags allow us to investigate our scene. Down here is a content drawer with a folder structure of our game that you can also open up with control space in all editors. With F10 you can toggle the sidebar. Let's bring in our first actor. We could navigate through the menu or just start typing. Let's select the simple sphere.
Okay, so we're bringing in a sphere. Actor. Okay, so that's a little different. Let's undo that. Shapes, sphere. So it looks like it's different. Looks about the same. Yeah.
Here it is, even if we can't see it. It's in the outliner, and also in the details panel you see the properties.
All right, let's try unclicking, see if it disappears. No, it's still up there. Static mesh actor. Yeah, it looks to be the same type of item, or the same type of component, or the same type of actor, sorry. Let's see. Yep.
When we switch the view mode to unlit, we can see it there. So let's make
Disappears. Got it.
some light. We will use the environmental light mixer to fastly set up some lights. By
Environmental light mixture. Environmental light mixture here. So let's drag this over. Let's minimize this. And let's bring this down here. See if we can follow along exactly.
creating directional light, you can now begin to see the sphere. We can directly
create a directional light.
change the value there. So let's make some light. We will use the environmental light mixer to fastly set up some lights.
Create atmospheric
By
light
creating
0. Okay, so we're going to be creating atmospheric light here. This one, directional light, looks good.
In directional light, you can now begin to see the sphere.
And they're in the lit, so let's just double check and make sure that we're still in the lit phase. Sorry. Let's see what we got. Unlit, so let's change that back to lit. Oh yeah, nice. Pretty cool. So we've got like a half moon, crescent moon, I think that's called. Cool. Directional light, static mesh, actor, yep. Doing pretty good. Oh, that's not what we want.
Here, we can directly change.
Actually, yes it is. Let's go to... Actually, 1 second.